how can we coach our salespeople to not sell out of desperation and focus on the path that gets them to closing the deal?
This is such a great question, especially now, because what we see is traffic is lower. We want to increase conversion rates. We got on a call and we were talking about this. And I think here's the key, is we have to avoid this desperation breath. Well, but how do I do that when psychologically and financially I need sales? I'm a 100% commission employee. I need sales to pay my bills. And it starts to be like, oh my gosh, I can't pay my bills. I'm going to have to take my kids out of school. I'm going to do and all this psychological stuff's going through a salesperson's head. And the reason they feel like that is because they don't understand what their role is of sales. They don't understand their role of a sales professional. The role of a sales professional is not to get somebody to buy. Then people are like, no, wait a minute, Chad, whoa, you just lost all credibility. It's not. I'm indifferent about whether people buy. My goal is not to get them to buy, it's to get them to make a decision. And I am unemotional about the decision they make. And there's a couple of reasons about that. One, if I'm emotionally invested in whether somebody buys or not, well, if you're the world's greatest new home sales professional, you might have a 30% conversion rate, which means you're going to be frustrated 70% of the time and happy 30% of the time. There's no longevity in that. Two is if you're so emotionally invested in the sale, it'll change your energy towards the buyer. Oh my gosh, I think they're going to buy. Oh my gosh, I don't think this person's going to buy. And we'll see it in their physiology. We'll see it in their language. We'll see it in their energy. And buyers, for that part, number three, buyers want us to be unbiased. They know we're biased. They know that we think our builder is the best builder and that they should buy from us and our home was made with magic sticks and bricks. And they don't want us to seem biased, even though we are biased. Take the emotion out of it. Now, emotionally is how you do it, but tying yourself into the emotion will make you desperate. The goal of a sales professional is just to get them to make a decision. Because when I get them to make a decision, I give certainty to us and I give certainty to the buyer that we're not for you. And not every builder is for every buyer. And so the idea is I've helped them. I've helped them make a decision. If you change the way you view your role, it changes the emotion behind how you do it. Now, that doesn't mean be unemotional. Man, use your emotion, use your God-given ability and your intuition, all those things to help you connect with the buyer and help you lead them through the process. But man, if I'm jumping up and down when they buy and I'm hanging my head in shame when they don't buy, well, of course I'm going to have desperation. But if I tie my happiness into whether I do the behaviors, whether I do what I do, and if I just get them to make a decision, man, that changes the whole ballgame. I'll never sell out of desperation if my only goal is to get them to make a decision. And I understand that making the decision is how I help them improve their life.